Okay, and welcome to everybody. We are the Florida Girls, and we have received that name from joining this program together and then realizing we are literally within 15 miles of each other. It's just remarkable the friendships that you do develop with this program. But anyway, what we're going to do today is we're just going to go through and introduce ourselves and kind of tell you about the legacy program and how we feel about it and when we started, and just to give you an indication of whether this may be right for you. So we're going to we have 6 questions, and we're going to go around, and each of us are going to answer the question. So you're going to get a little bit of different feel. We all have different targets and that type of thing. So I'm going to start with the questions, and then we'll go to Julie, and then after that we'll go to Holly. But they'll introduce themselves to you. So to start with, the first question is for the girls and myself is, will you share a little bit about your background and what led you to start this online business? So we'll go to Julie.
Thank you. I'm Julie Dodson, and I have been a professional counselor for almost 36 years with a private counseling practice most of that time. I've done other things as well, and I've always been open to additional opportunities for earning income, especially because if we're limited by the number of hours in the day or our availability, then there's a real hard cap on what we have the possibility of producing, no matter how well paid we are per hour or by salary, et cetera, right? And so, because I love being a yes person, that has kind of become at least a meaningful part of my motto. I love saying yes. I love being able to say yes to my adult children. Yes, I can help with that. Yes, I can be there. Yes, I can do that. Yes, we can go there. But that requires income. And in the manner to which I prefer being accustomed, it requires a lot of income. That is one of the reasons that I've always been open to various opportunities. I also am not as well prepared for retirement as I would like to be. And so the timing wise, that became pretty important. What really, really grabbed my attention about this particular program were some of the benefits that just seemed completely new to me. The idea of a single price point that was very, very reasonable without daily or monthly recurring costs, no overhead, no middlemen, anything like that, no tech skills required. And I don't want to steal all the thunder, so I'm going to probably pause right there and pass it off to Holly. So, Holly, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and pick right up where I left off.
Oh, thank you very much, Julie. And it was very interesting listening to all of your history and so forth. My situation is I come from the Flintstone era back in, gosh, I don't even want to say how long ago. Anyway, being at 73 years of age now and a grandmother of 15 and 5 great grandchildren. So I personally spent 44 years in real estate, helping families, countless, I should say, families find their homes, but I always felt tied to the traditional, what do you want to call it, methods and so forth, uh, the grind, long hours. I mean, I shouldn't even say countless hours, and to the point where was so no true time freedom or financial freedom. Eventually, I sold my businesses, relocated to Florida, thinking, "Oh, the cost of living is so much better." Haha. So I started thinking about retirement, but like so many others, I realized I wasn't as financially secure as I had hoped to be. And I was a caregiver for my mother-in-law for 2 years, 24/7. And when she passed away, I had to find something. I have a health condition, can't stand on my feet long periods of time. So I started digging in to try to find something that I could do because living on Social Security just didn't cut it and still doesn't. for Social Security. But anyway, I wanted freedom, both financially and with time to do things I like to do, which is gardening and going out, traveling, and so forth. So I started exploring ways to create passive income without sacrificing my lifestyle. That's when I discovered through others that I was watching from a previous multi-level marketing and a scam that we all got burned. They jumped into this with the legacy builder. I had no clue what it was, and I started watching and seeing their income rising. And I figured, well, they're not any better than me. Why can't I do it? But I lacked tech skills, and I still do, but I've come a long way, let's put it that way. And additionally, I didn't even know what digital marketing or passive income was. I had no clue. I had to Google it to learn about it. Then I discovered master resale rights, which is initialed MRR. So I started inquiring, what the heck is that? But that allows me to own my own business, receive 100% profit, no upline, downline, middle line, or whatever line you want to call it. And it's sustainable, automated income streams. I went, that sounds more than one salary. That sounds pretty cool. So anyway, I went from being someone who knew absolutely nothing about the digital world, as we're in the digital revolution now, and it's here to stay and only going to increase more and more. Anyway, from that point, um, I just found it helping others again, which is something I always did. My motto is my family helping your family. And I've always done that through real estate for decades, 44 years of it. And anyway, I learned and I succeeding at it. It's been an incredible transformation. And I love it, absolutely love it. And I'm actually learning more tech skills than my grandchildren who are teenagers. And they were born with a laptop at birth anyway. So that's pretty much what got me started. And I look forward for helping anybody else because my thing is I want to help other families get out from struggling the rest of their lives because retirement is not what it used to be. That's the old school. Now, got to change with the times. So, but I would love to introduce our next person who's also been our speaker today, and Lynn Fowler, and I'm going to let her take it away at this point.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So this question that we've asked of each other, it's neat because we're all coming from different places. So I was the retail junkie. So from the age of 16, I was in retail, and then I decided I was probably in my 40s, and I decided, so for the past 20 years, I've owned my own boutiques. So I've had anything from a dance store to a children tween type sports gift type thing for girls. Then I went into the vintage furniture and the painting of the furniture and then the gift shop and the apparel. So I've kind of had the whole gamut of retail. I sold two of those businesses, and in, let's see, 2017, my husband and I decided to move to Florida with our daughter, and I sold my business. So it was the first time I was without retail. So it was just kind of confusing to me. I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I think God had a different plan for me because I ended up being a caretaker for my parents. And I don't like to say caretaker, caregiver for my parents. And then I think all of us go through life quakes, is what I like to call them. So I suddenly, in my 60s, found myself divorced. Both my parents died within the same week. And I was like, what am I going to do? I need retirement. I need money to live. I need a house. We had to sell our house with the divorce. So I started looking around, and because of my grief, it was really hard for me to think, oh, I can just go open up another store. Well, at this point in life, I can't. I mean, you're talking 100,000 or more to open up a store like I wanted. Yeah, I guess you can do it a lot cheaper. So I started looking online, and I fell for a couple of the scams. I will admit that they were failures, but then I stumbled upon this one. I was still so skeptical. I was just like, I'm not sure if this is for me, but I knew that I really needed to work from home. My two dogs are my life, and I hate to leave them. So anyway, I joined for that reason. So it has been a true blessing, and I have learned so much through this. But it's neat how my retail career now I can use it and go into the digital aspect of it as well. Okay, so that's my story. For the second question, we're going to talk about, you might be thinking, I just don't understand what this legacy builder is all about. So we are going to explain that in our terms and how does it pertain to our perfect customer. So Julie?
Okay, sure. One of the things that I found is that this product is so simple that that's why I think people have a hard time wrapping their mind around it sometimes. So, I used one of our best friends, ChatGPT, based upon all of the past few months of working with me and creating part of my brand identity and things like that, just to give me a real super simple statement to describe the Legacy Builders program. And this is what my friend Chat came up with. The Legacy Builders program is a comprehensive, fully automated online business system designed to help individuals build financial freedom and retirement security. That came in because my perfect customers are those who are age 40 and over and wanting to be better prepared for retirement than perhaps they are right now by working just 2 hours a day in income earning or income producing activities with no previous tech skills required. This program comes with the tools, training, and support needed to create a flexible and profitable business that helps you achieve a meaningful legacy. I'll come back to that term a little later, and live a life of purpose. With that, I want to just add also to part of the last question, which is, I love helping people. I think we've all said that. I just love helping people. I'm a counselor at heart. I'm a teacher at heart. I'm a giver at heart. And one of the reasons that I was drawn to this particular program is because I wanted to be able to help more people than I could just with my individual private practice. And so I think we'll probably get more into that a little bit later in a couple of minutes. But Holly, I'd love to hear how you describe and define the Legacy Builders program.
Well, thank you, Julie, and very interesting how you perceived and what you said, because I'm going to add a little bit more, but we're all, I think, in the same position and how we feel about this, obviously. But anyway, the legacy builder is, in my opinion, business built in a box. It's all, but it's not just a program, it's a movement. It offers 4 digital marketing programs, all designed to help people build multiple, not one, but multiple unlimited income streams without monthly fees or relying on traditional employment. As I mentioned earlier, that was not, I did that for decades. That's not my thing to now. And being a senior, that this is the best path. But that's what I have found with it. My perfect customer is someone who wants, like me, more time freedom, but doesn't know how to find it or achieve it. Wants to create an online income, but fears that they don't have the tech skills. That I have, if you could go below zero, that was my tech skills coming from the Flintstone era. I mean, we didn't have technology like this. We even had the TVs with the antenna, the bunny rabbit ears back in the day, probably before your time, I'm sure. But anyway, I, I wanted some with my customers that want to escape that paycheck to paycheck cycle that I call the financial trap, because you don't make the decisions. You're building a business for someone else versus yourself and your family. That also attracted me, and that to me is would be my perfect customer. In addition, wants to build a business without restrictions or loss of profits, because with this economy and inflation, it's a very frightening situation going on in today's day. With Legacy Builder, you own the program for basically life. It's one-time investment, small. Even payment plans are available with zero interest. You don't even get that on credit cards half the time anymore. But have access to full training, live interactive, earn 100% profit on every sale. And if you miss something, you got a replay. So you work at your leisure and scale up to how you feel more comfortable. And you can, what I also thought was wonderful, I wish they had this when I was a realtor. Oh my gosh, would have saved me a lot of hours a day, week, month. But anyway, you can integrate an existing business or start from scratch, which I did on this journey. However, I would have definitely integrated my real estate business, saved time on marketing, advertising, because it's all included. And, billboards cost, stamps cost, stationery, you name it. Your computer is your business in a box, basically, in addition with the builder. So anyway, it's a proven system that teaches you absolutely everything you need to know. So, and by the way, I wanted to bring out one point. As of this coming Tuesday, I believe that's March 11th, uh, we will be launching our next version of Legacy Builder version 2.0 with even more power, additional income streams, which is unlimited, more tools, better efficiency, and much, much more. The best part, no extra cost, all included. So that's been my theory on everything, and it's effective. So I'm now going to pass it on to let Lynn go from there.
Okay, thank you, Holly.
Well,
So I like to describe the Legacy Builder program as a self-guided master course with it's going to be like, it's silly, but at my age, I even thought, do I need to go back and get my master's? And I was like, no. And so this was ideal because I am learning so much with this program that I literally feel like I am in a master program, which technically we all are. We all also joined the mastermind. So we actually are. But it's the e-learning industry is like one of the biggest and the one that is growing the most. And so it makes me feel so good that I literally can stay with the trends even at my age. So taking this course has been unbelievable for me. So the legacy program, I'll be honest with you, I didn't really understand it when I first joined. I just knew that so many of the benefits, like that Julie and Holly have mentioned, the 100% profit. And I was like, I was a non-MLM person. Now, nothing wrong with MLMs, but I didn't want to sell a lipstick and make 25% when I could make 100% doing this. So I was like, well, what am I actually selling? So basically, what you're doing is you are helping others. You're promoting these courses. So, for example, if you choose the Legacy Builder, which is the $900 program, you get 4 income streams. And then if $900 investment in yourself is still too much, which we understand one size does not fit all, you can buy a program for 100. And all of us can find $100. Whether we put on a credit card, we can all find $100. Gets you into the program, whets your feet, and you can decide whether this is right for you, and you can always upgrade. So the only difference is you're only going to get 1 income stream. So you can only promote that $100 launch pad. Okay. And then if you decide to move up, you can get to the mastery. Is that right? The masteries, no, wait, the daily passive pay. That is going to be the $300. And then you've got the digital mastery, which is the $600. So there's four programs. All three of us are in the legacy builder. So we have four income streams at this point. And we can sell that to anybody. Now, the way that I look at it a little bit differently is because I am an ex-retailer, I actually am looking at this program as for someone who has that dream of opening their business, this can fund and get them the capital that they need to open their store. So I'm not saying switch to this type of program and not do your dream, because I'm so glad I had my dream. My dream was to open a store. I'm so glad I had that experience, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. This is just the next step for me at my age, is going into the digital part. And then I want to teach all the boutique owners how to do this digitally, bring more customers into their store and increase the sales of their store and the traffic. So I'm using it totally different than a lot of people are using it as for moms that want to stay at home with their children. These two girls are doing the retirement. It's which retirement, actually I did start to do that, and then I was like, you know what? I need to use my experience, and so I switched in January and started doing the retailers. So that's how it relates to my perfect customer. And what Holly was mentioning is they can actually get in this with their existing business. Now, if they don't want the income streams, which to me, any successful entrepreneur has multiple income streams. But with this one, my retailers can get into the digital growth monthly, which they're not going to have income streams, but they're going to learn the entire digital system for $47 a month. And they're going to be a part of the community. The community, this is where I met these wonderful women. There's 50,000 people in our community right now. So you be a part of it no matter which program that you pick. And I'm going to stop right there because we're going to go on to the next question. But that's how you can do it for anything. It doesn't have to be for retirement. It doesn't have to be for, retail. It doesn't have to, you can do whatever you want with this program. It's your business. Okay. So the next question, number 3. What is the most rewarding part of this journey? And what have you learned or what have you overcome in this business? Julie?
Okay, I'm going to answer those in reverse order, I think, because I think that the most important aspect, in my humble opinion, is the idea of consistency. Being willing to show up every single day. This is not a get rich quick scheme. I made a video just the other day that said, if you're looking for a get rich quick scheme, keep scrolling because this isn't for you. This is a business. And anyone who has ever owned a business, which all three of us have, understand that you can't approach it from a willy-nilly kind of perspective. It requires persistence and consistency, showing up day after day after day, and in this case, trusting the process. This is a proven, Holly mentioned done for you. I love that too. It's proven. It's been proven. It's created over 103 six-figure earners and multiple $1 million earners in just a little over 2 years. So there is nothing wrong with the system. And everything that is provided as part of all 4 of these programs that Lynn just mentioned are, again, already automated, already done for you, and they've been tested. They've been tested. So we can have a confidence that the program, the process works as long as we continue to show up day after day after day after day. My husband was a high-level football player, and he used to say there is always, every single day, there is more talent in the stands than there is on the field at any level of a sport like that. And even the professional sports, there is more talent in the stands than on the field. The only difference is the discipline. So that seems super, super important to me. The most rewarding part of this is being able to help more people. Again, love helping, want to help, want to pour into the lives of everyone that I possibly can. Sometimes I have to pull myself back actually because I have a tendency to do that past a healthy point for me. And so this is a way that I can actually pour into more people while being healthy for myself, right? Not overextending myself because we are taught and teaching others how to maximize that 2 hour income earning activity workday. Of course, we can spend more time at it if we want to, but it's not required. Does that answer your question? I think I'm going to turn it over to Holly at this point.
Well, thank you once again, Julie. And, just to reiterate a little bit about what you had said about um, in less than 2 years, the CEO, our CEO mentor, who shares everything she has learned, started with only 1,000 members in the community, less than 2.25 years ago. And within 17 months, she earned over her first $1 million just doing it because she's a mom of six. So her interests are also about being with her family and doing things she wants to do. And in less than a little over 2 years, she's almost at $5 million. I mean, and she shares it with all, as Lynn had mentioned, we're over 50,000 members in less than 2 years with this proven system. The rewarding part to me is seeing lives change, meeting all these wonderful people that I adore. You're like my second family. This becomes a family with our community because we're not in competition with one another. We are sharing and helping one another to build and grow. And the friendships you can't put a price on that. It's so valuable. So, but we all have the opportunity to work online and start earning consistent, as you said, passive income. Anybody that's wealthy out there, Warren Buffett in the past, and Tony Robbins, I could go on and on. They don't have one income, such as a paycheck. They have multiple, when I say multiple, well over 20 income streams. I, so if something's not working, you got backup. You're not stuck. I've also learned that you don't need to be tech savvy because I'm a perfect example of that, or a sales expert. I do have sales expertise from doing real estate coaching, mentoring, training thousands of agents because I own seven offices in the past. So, but you don't have to be tech expert on this, and you just need a willingness to learn and a system that works and is proven. On a personal level, I have overcome my own self-doubt about the digital world. As I said, I didn't even know what it was. What is this? The fear of starting over in a new industry, none of that anymore. The limitations of traditional jobs and the retirement system. Oh, you need it. So those have been my experiences. And I've always helped people, as I mentioned, my family helping your family. And like you, Julie, to the point sometimes I had to pull back because I helped too much at my own expense. Now I've learned also how to balance that, taking care of myself, my family, which is big, and everybody that joins with me. I want to build them to have the same peace of mind and love and pleasure of life and doing the things that you want to do when you want to do it and as often as you want to do it. So that's my situation. Now I'm going to pass it on to you, Lynn, because you've been listening to both of your stories. I didn't know all that depth. This is
Oh,
awesome.
really? That's great.
Yeah, I mean, some of it, but yeah, go
Right.
ahead.
Okay, so I'm going to take a little bit of different approach on that just because they've already mentioned so many wonderful things about how rewarding the program is. And mine is more of a personal take to it, but the skills that I have learned that honestly, I thought I pretty much knew everything there was about marketing because of my stores, but I knew the old-fashioned marketing. I did not know this new digital marketing, and there's such a difference. But the thing that I find so rewarding is that it has forced me to stretch myself out of my comfort zone. I I don't know what it is about when you get in your 60s. I don't know what it is, but you kind of want to stay in your comfort zone. And I was like, I don't know if I could start a new business, that type of thing. So I mean, and granted, we haven't been in it that long. We literally, I think I signed up for it in September, but really didn't get started till January of this year to going after my perfect customer and that type of thing. But because of the some of the trauma and the stuff that I had gone through, the negative stuff in life that happens to all of us, I wasn't in the right mindset. And so this program, not only does it teach you the skills of digital marketing, but there's a whole module and there's coaches and there's mentors that teach about mindset. Because if you don't have the right mindset, no matter how good these skills are that you learn, they're not going to work. If you're thinking it's not going to work, even though it's a proven system, it is not going to work. So you have to get yourself in the right mindset. And so that to me has been unbelievably rewarding for me. I'm definitely not the person that signed up for it in September that I am today. It's just, it's scary to go into out of your comfort zone. It's very scary, but you have to do it if you want to own your own business. And like Julie had said before, it's like, how bad do you want it? You know, I want it bad. I want to be able to retire and I want to be able to retire comfortably, not just retire. So it is very important to me. And it's very important for me to be able to stay home and do this as well and still have the freedom if I have to travel to go see my daughter or anything like that. But it's also very exciting for me to own my own business again. There's something about having that identity that once you've had that identity of a business owner, it's hard not to have it. So that was a blessing for me is that I can still own my business, you know, and it's like I know that I'm doing good for others, which is all of us. It's all of us have the same reason. I mean, it's like we want to help others. And that's what this business is all about. Yes, there's money that will come, but you know what? It's not about the money. It's not about the money. It is about helping others to succeed and to own their own business because many people in America, actually around the world, have a dream to own their own business. And that's what this program will give them. Okay? That's mine. All right, so number 4. So there's this big buzzword going around. You've probably seen it on the internet. The buzzword community. Seeing it everywhere. So Julie and Holly, can you explain just a little bit about this buzzword and how does it pertain to your perfect customer? Or what are your thoughts about community?
Yes, I think that probably the clearest understanding that I have heard is that AI is taking over so much in our world today. But you know, the one thing that AI cannot replicate is community, relationship. And we were made to be in relationship. We were made to be in community. And beyond that, most of us are not looking for just more information. We're looking for transformation. And that happens not just with the information, but in community. There's so much that can occur in community that just cannot happen with what AI can provide for us or what we can find on the internet, what we can find on our own. And so, again, we are following a model that has been proven. Our mentor started her community pretty shortly after she got started in this business. And it just transformed her approach because it helped her understand what her customers actually needed, what they were looking for. And so it not only allowed everyone to feel a sense of connection, to have a better opportunity to support each other, but in terms of a business, from our mentor's perspective, it absolutely helped refine and sharpen and hone her message so that she was better able to meet the needs of her actual customers. Holly, what can you add to that?
Well, you two took a lot of it. But seriously, to me, in all walks of life, community is everything. Most online programs, businesses leave you to figure it out on your own. It's like what I used to say in real estate, here's the phone, you're on your own. Was a saying in real estate because that's how most of the community training and the mentorship and coaching, because I did a lot of that. I even got a degree in IT, which is instructor trainer, that I did for years with one of the real estate companies in addition to my own. So community is, like with the legacy builder, you get all the live trainings I mentioned before with high six and seven figure earners themselves, a private community with over 50,000, and we're just starting. This is, I can't even fathom how many millions will be involved in this within the next 40, I would say 24 to 48 months max. And we all support and everybody mentors one another. That's not, it's just the way all our vibes connect together because we all approach it with a positive mindset. Because as Lynn had mentioned, mindset is key. And even in this community, every so often, we have a wonderful mindset coach, Laura St. John, that comes in and goes over a lot of stuff. And I mean, a lot of entrepreneurs, celebrities, athletes, high-end figures all go to her too. And she's just one of the benefits because of our CEO mentor, brings in top-notch people in addition to all that she offers in the community. So the community is, you get expert coaching from entrepreneurs who have been where I have been, where I am, and I'm growing. I'm new to this as I joined honestly back in June, this past June 2024. And as soon as I joined, uh, my computer crashed. Oh, I had so many speed bumps. I didn't know diddly squat in the digital world. However, due to all the massive training and knowledge from other people, I'm blown. My husband looks at me, who's older than I am, so he's Flintstone era too. Looks at me and he can't get over how much I have learned. But it's because of the camaraderie and the blending of everybody together is what makes a community. And with having our mentor at the top, I mean, she's a multi seven figure earner, and her goal now is to go into the tens of millions of dollars and shares all these golden nuggets with us. We don't pay extra for that. She's just sharing her expertise with us. So that's another huge benefit as a member in the community. So if you've ever felt alone in your financial journey, this community is literally a game changer, hands down. We lift each other up, share strategies, and celebrate wins together. So it's not about the money. Many will earn right away, may have past experiences in the digital marketing business. Um, and as Lynn said earlier, digital marketing is rated number one best paying income producing salaries in 2024 and only growing because of all the flexibility it offers you. You're not tied to a desk and you're not tied to a paycheck. It's number one and it will excel even further. So the community is sharing and caring. As my granddaughter said when she was 3 years old and wanted an ice cream cone and her mom forgot her wallet, she said, "Well, Mom, just go into the store to Baskin Robbins." And she said, "Well, I didn't bring my wallet." And she said, "That's okay. You just let them know sharing is caring." I'm blown away. She was 3. Now she's 14. However, that stuck with me. And that's part of community spirit again. So now I'm going to pass it over to you now, Lynn.
Okay, thank you. So they've both mentioned the magnitude of a community and what it can do. Like they said, 50,000 people are in ours. Guys, I grew up in a town of 20,000. So when I think about 50,000 in this community, and these are all like-minded people, we're all striving for that entrepreneur, success and having our own business. I mean, that's remarkable. So back in the day when I was in my stores, our community was a Facebook group. So think back to the other day, well, a few weeks, a few months ago, when TikTok went black. Some people freaked. I mean, they freaked out that it was gone. They lost their customers, they lost their following, they lost everything. Same with the Facebook group. We have no idea when Facebook is going to go black. We don't know. If you're relying only on your Facebook group and communicating with them that way, you don't have any control. With a community, you have total control. You control that. Like Julie said, AI is not going to touch it. It cannot touch it. It can touch Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It can touch all those, but a community is yours. You own it, you control it. And what I like about it is not only are you communicating with your customers, you can email them from it, but you can create modules. So you can create modules inside, and you can be like, for mine, when I do retailers, it's like we could do a style guide. Well, that can be, I could charge for that. It could be $7, but that's another form of income. So not only does Legacy Builder provide the 4 income streams, they teach you how to develop a community and to create even more income streams. A lot of these 6-figure people that we have mentoring us, I think Amy the other day, she said she had 15 income streams. 15. So in relation to my customers, the stores, they're not relying just on their store sales. They have all these other passive daily incomes that are coming in daily. So your money is always moving. You are not solely relying on that one. So community can also give you that, which is really cool, as well as just the being with the people that are like-minded. I mean, for mine, it's all retailers, or it's people who, it doesn't have to be all for retailers, but that's who I cater to. So that's who I promote my community to. The company that created this platform is called School, and it's SKOOL. So they created this platform for that reason, and it is continuing to grow and grow and grow. I'm not kidding you guys. This is the industry to get into, the digital marketing and the communities and that type of thing. But you can offer so much in the community. You can love on your people. You can do whatever you want. You're censored on Facebook. I mean, you could go into Facebook jail, for saying a word money. I mean, who knows? If you say dollars, you could possibly get put in jail, Facebook jail. But you're not limited in a community. So I think that to me is probably, what helps. And you also keep out the with a Facebook group, the difference between social media, Facebook group, and a community is you kind of get rid of, and it's funny, this is one that that Michelle says, but you keep out the looky-loos. So, when you have your own community, you're approving whether they come in. So you can also charge to get into your community, which is also going to keep the looky-loos out, and it's also going to give you another income stream, even if it's just $5. You have a
Right.
thousand people and you charge just $5. I mean, it's income, so there's so many pluses and advantages to communities that I feel are just wonderful. All right, moving on. Let's go to we're on number 5. If someone is hesitant to join the program or start a community because of limited time, their budget, no tech experience, what would you say to them? Julie?
We're covering all of them at once, huh? Okay, so we've mentioned the time a couple of times already today, and one of our primary foundational aspects of this particular business is mastering a 2-hour income earning activity workday. Now, I emphasize the income earning because that doesn't include the hours that you might or the time that you might want to spend in training or in other kinds of things. But I was just listening to our mentor earlier today, talking about literally be strict about that time. You're going to want to set a timer for the recommended income earning activities because the more strict you are, the more you're going to find that you accomplish. And I absolutely believe that that is true. So we have members who started with more than one job, perhaps more than one full-time job. I'm thinking of one in particular who was working 18-hour days when she started this program. And so she had to limit herself to just that 2-hour workday. And she figured out how to do it on her lunch breaks or while she was driving or in between jobs. She figured out how to do that. And in less than 10 weeks, she was able to quit not one, but both of her jobs because of the income she had coming in. So that in terms of the time, we're all busy. We all have other responsibilities, but this is designed to be something that you can do regardless of your other time commitments and responsibilities. In terms of finances, I would just say this. Even the legacy builders, our most expensive program, again, one-time cost. There is no monthly recurring cost. I am very frugal. It's not that I'm not willing to spend money, but I want great value for my money. And even on the best price for the coffee that I want, I'm not mentioning the brand, but the coffee that I want every single day, I'm going to spend $900 in a year. Most of us are going to spend that amount maybe in a matter of months on a few subscriptions, Hulu, Netflix, etc., right? So where there's a will, there's a way. And this is the lowest cost of entry business I've ever heard of because it is one time. Because there is no monthly charge and there's no monthly auto ship and there's no monthly minimum purchases or anything like that. So even at the $900, it still is the lowest cost of entry for a business I've ever heard of. And as Holly has already mentioned, the income potential is absolutely unlimited. So if 100, 300, back to what Lynn mentioned, 4 different points of entry, if you can't come up with 100, 300, 600, or $900 one time to enter this business, then it's probably not for you. It's probably not the right time because anyone who wants to can absolutely do this, both based on time and income. And with that, I'm passing it to you, Holly.
Well, thank you, Julie. You brought up a very good, valuable points regarding the cost factor one time. We all find the fortitude, the money when if you need a new TV, it breaks, the dishwasher broke down, refrigerator, or the Netflix, all the subscriptions to all the different TV shows and whatnot. But and there's payment plans available for people that cannot afford, To me, I joined instantly with the $900 one-time fee. At first, I was leery, didn't believe it, because there's always a catch. You always think that some place there's a catch. But I would say, it's just a no-brainer to me. I get it when people are concerned financially, or it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's a business. I spent hundreds and hundreds, no exaggeration, thousands of dollars in my real estate career for the decades. And something as a simple, what you think was a website, over $8,000 just, and then guess what? The following year, I had to upgrade because technology changed and so forth. So to me, you get you get what you pay for in life. And when you want to do something, you always find the way. And what I love about this with limited time, this is built to be automated. You can start part-time, just a few hours a day for the income producing portions. And I will, not being tech savvy, it took me a little longer, but that was learning. It was a learning curve for me, and it may or may not be for everyone. However, how would you know unless you try? I felt, I can be on the outside and watch everybody else do a killing financially and happy and helping other people, or you get involved and learn. But Lynn keeps talking about being in her 60s. Hello, I'm in my 70s. And to me, I find this rewarding because it's not killing me mentally, physically, or even spiritually, because it actually helps you grow in your mindset to do even better. So, and you could scale up whenever you want, as we've mentioned before. If you have budget concerns, this is a one-time investment for a business that, as Julie said, you own. I just mentioned how much it cost me in real estate, and that's just on building it. And that didn't have anything to do with rent or utilities or everything, and errors and emission, which is an insurance you have to have. That was costly every year, and courses you had to pay for that was mandatory to be a broker or even a salesperson. So to me, this has no overhead. You don't have inventory. There's no monthly fees, plus monthly payment plans, as I mentioned. And now let's mention briefly tech support, tech experience. I made it very clear I am not techie, although I am blown away at how much I have learned. I had zero, but everything is taught step by step. And if you watch a replay, you can replay it over and over until it sinks into that skull of mine. And I finally apply it. Or I reach out. Lynn she's techie compared to me. And to me, she's like an expert in tech because I'm not. And so she helps. We help each other. My strengths, I help others, and somebody else's weaknesses, I'll help, and vice versa. So that's the beauty. And that's what it's all about. As I mentioned, camaraderie. So you're never left struggling. I'd rather someone take a chance on a system that works and proven than spend years stuck in a job they hate. You're missing you take time for, money for time and memories. I have a large blessed family. I wanted to spend those times, and we're all in different states. So I need this to be able to travel or help them out. And one day when I'm gone, that's my goal. In addition to helping at least 1,000 other families on my journey, I want to leave a legacy so my children and grand and great grandchildren never have to experience the trauma and hardships I've encountered throughout my life. That's my legacy, and it's a perfect name for legacy builder because it goes together so well. So, and you can create unlimited amount of income streams. And as Lynn said, the community situation, I totally agree with that. And I will be working on doing a community because I have a lot of thoughts going on. I just didn't want to spread myself too thin with time. However, I have a lot of experiences I want to share with other people and build up income streams, not just for me, anybody that joins into any of the communities as well. So you can build multiple income streams beyond what you get with the legacy builder, and what that'll benefit others in so many ways. Okay, Lynn, you can take it away.
All righty. So if anybody's hesitant, I was the queen of hesitant. I think because I had been burned on some other programs, I was just like, I don't know. It just sounds too good to be true, but something in my gut just kept saying, I couldn't find anything wrong with it. I mean, I did my research. I was looking up Michelle. I was looking up, I was doing all my research and I was like, I cannot find anything. And it's a no-brainer. So go with your gut. So if do your research, but go with your gut. And I don't think you're going to be disappointed. That's what I had to do because my trust level, remember, was not there. So, and I'd been burned. So just trust yourself. And as far as starting a community, so as far as time, so as we've all mentioned, you're supposed, if you have something planned for the day, say a big birthday party, a big birthday bash, and you're doing it, all that's required of you is to do your 2 hours income producing work. That's it in the legacy builder. With your community, it's only an hour. That's it. Now, it takes a long time to develop it. I mean, I'm still developing mine and it does take a lot, but that's only one more hour to have that community. So, time, we can't take that excuse. Not because it is a proven system. And I was actually listening to one of the mentors. I think it was just on a regular Zoom call, but he said, he goes, I would like to join that mastermind. He goes, but my golf game is too important to me. And he said, he said, I only work the 2 hours a day. And he's six figures. He's well into the six figures. I think he's at 400,000. Yeah, $400,000. And he plays golf every single day. And he's a wonderful family man. So that's really all it takes if you do it the correct way and are consistent and show up every single day. That's it. So time, it's not a problem. The tech, Holly has explained. I mean, they have so many people within our community. I was shocked that, I mean, I do have experience with creating websites and stuff like that, but I was shocked at the training that we received in setting up our website. I mean, it did take me 2 days. There were a couple glitches that I just could not get over, but I did it. I did set it up. If you can't and you just say, I don't want to deal with it, they set it up for you. And I think it was like $150. It wasn't that much. So why not do that? And with this 2.0 coming out, you can still pay them to upgrade it to you. So that's tech shouldn't hold you up if you're hesitant about it. What was it? So budget, we've talked about the budget from all of us. If you need to come up with $900, look around your house. I guarantee you can come up with something to put on Marketplace and sell and come up with that money. You know, it's not that hard if you really want it. You've got to really want this and you have to be dedicated and committed to it. And like Julie said, if you're not committed, you might just want to look for something else because it is not something that you can take lightly. It won't work. It won't. You have to treat it like your own business. And like Holly was saying, it's like it takes a while to develop your business. I think I was felt successful after 5 years with my stores. But I can remember I was like so happy if I got $200 in sales that day, when I first started. So it's like you got to build it. It's not going to come quick. It can. There are some people that it comes very quick. And you know what? They may have had a warm audience. We don't know. But you can't expect that. Just because you sign up for the program does not mean you're going to be successful. It's all up, it's here and in here that you have to do that. So I think that's it as far as what if you're hesitant to join, trust your gut, listen to your heart. So number 6, we're going to end with number 6, and this is how can our viewers find you guys? So if you want to, and what I'll probably do is, or what we'll do is when we do post this, I know I'm going to post on YouTube. I don't know where you girls are going to post, but I will in the links, in the comments, I'm going to put everybody's link so that you can find it, but they're going to go ahead and tell you about it now. So Julie, where can they find you?
Super quick. My name is Julie Dodson. My website for the Legacy Builders program is dailypaybuildslegacy.com, and my school community is the Empowered Living Network, where I help purpose-driven individuals who want to create meaningful impact and a lasting legacy, master their relationships, finances, and faith to achieve greater freedom and fulfillment. And as Lynn said, of course, our links will be at the bottom of any videos we post.
Yes, that's a great idea. And you were so right, Lynn, in what everything you had said. You got to always trust your gut. That always guides you and leads you in the correct direction. I'm sure everybody's experienced when you do something, but you kind of got a warning, and then you go, oh, shoot, I knew I shouldn't have done that, or I knew I should have done that. And just go with your gut. And it's not an overnight build, get rich situation. Neither is any business at all. You have to apply yourself if you wanted to build the desired life you want in your with your business and helping others as well. But anyway, my name is Holly Pring, Pring, or take the S off as Spring, and I could be reached at hollypringdailypay.com, or you can email me at info@hollypringdailypay.com. If you have any questions, I'll even probably create, as non-techie as I am, I will create a little video in responding to any and all questions you may have. So, and it's been my pleasure. I've really enjoyed doing this, and I would never have met any of you if we didn't do this. But you got to take the risk in yourself, and having the mindset and applying it, you can excel and exceed and build beyond your wildest dreams. So that's my story.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks, you guys. So I'm Lynn Fowler, and you can find me for Legacy Builder. It's ltd7digital.com. And for anybody that's curious, the LTD7 was the name of my old store, and it was Living the Dream, and 7 was a number that came from the Bible. So just to remind me to keep looking up. And so my community is, let's see, so the way that it would be www.skool.com, and then mine is Boutique Builders. All right, so if you know any retailers, please send them my way to my community. But most of all, we just want to thank you for listening to us, and we hope that we've answered most of the questions that you guys have had. But please reach out to us if there's anything else that that you just are like, yeah, I just still have some questions. We are here for you. We are here to promote this legacy builder. We want everyone to create a legacy. So please reach out to us. And we have just enjoyed so much being a part of this interview panel. And we'll be doing it again soon. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.